Robert, do we have that inspirational piece that someone posted on YouTube? I thought it was pretty good. I didn't even know anyone did this. Someone loves me so much that they took one of my monologues from December 15th, and it just came out of me. I don't know where these things come from, honest to God. They come from God is where they come from. So somebody listening to this show heard me give an inspiring speech on the 15th of December. I haven't listened to it. I hope it's not an embarrassment and a setup, Robert. So as you play it, they say it's Michael Savage inspirational talk. If it gets off the track or they've done something to it, we'll cut it, okay? Let's play it raw. Let's hear it. Where is it? I intend to make this day forward the first day of the rest of my life. We can change our lives. You say, well, what's wrong with your life, Michael? Well, it's not that there's anything wrong with my life, but it's not what I want it to be. I don't feel that I'm inspiring people in the way I want to inspire them. You see, you can inspire through hate. You can inspire through love, hope, humor, the positives. I look at the history of the world, and I look at the world today, and I realize that if we don't inspire each other through positive attributes, love, hope, and humor, we're going to descend into the barbarism of the left and the barbarism of ISIS. You like me to be hard. You like me to be tough. You like me to give you the breaking news. You like me to be cynical. You like me to be analytical. You like me to give you stuff that you don't hear anyone else. I get that. But there's a limit to that. There's a lot of area beyond all of that. I think of Christmas. Christianity is the religion of peace. Christianity is the true religion of peace. Turn the other cheek. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. These are messages that come from Christianity. What can you do in an age of deceit and lies and terror? You can go to church again. However unneeding you think you really are, you know in your heart that there's something missing in you. You know that you crave something greater. Because the human being is not a dog. We are unique creatures. And we need something different than the bear, the dog, the snake, and the eagle. What is that thing that we need? It's that thing called God. The media has promulgated the idea and promoted the idea that we only need food and fornication. And so when people are empty, that's what they seek. And when they're really empty, what happens? They become drug addicts. They start with marijuana, and they end up with heroin, crack, you name it. As God has been driven out of America, drugs have entered America. What does an empty soul look to do? An empty soul looks to fill itself. Just as an empty vessel needs to be filled with a liquid to be complete. An empty human being needs to fill itself to be complete. And how does it fill itself? I know, again, many of you will laugh because you're cynical. It's through those things I'm talking about, inspiration. Do you think a musician can play one day without inspiration from somewhere? The greatest artists in the history of the world were not drug addicts. They were usually God addicts. Look at the greatest art in history. You'll find most of them were super religious people who literally saw God in their living room and then took the power of God and that was transmitted through the paintbrush or through that piece of marble. How could a man like Rodin take a piece of inert stone and inside that stone see the essence of a human form and sculpt from that block of inert stone of marble the portrait of a human being that looks so real? 100 years later, I go and look at them in the museum, and literally inside that carved eye, I can see the person. How is that possible? How? It's a different show than I've ever done in my 21 years, because each day to me, I must tell you, I see as my last day on earth. Savage. Now, I didn't know that had been put on YouTube. I found it on my Facebook account today. Apparently, a gentleman named Michael Sestak heard my show, extracted that from it, put music to it, and posted it on YouTube. And I'm going to put it up on my own Facebook account as a piece because a lot of people are freaking out how good it was. And I just got an email from a man I really like. He's a friend of mine, Brian Sussman from KSFO, who fills in for me from time to time. And he says, you need to repost that on Facebook and YouTube. Moving, inspirational, be well and God bless you. Pulled off the road to send this. And I got to tell you something. I had not heard it. I didn't rehearse it to play it and send it, blah, blah, blah. But someone posted it. I figured, well, let's give it a shot. It's inspirational. And I want to get off the topic of politics for a minute. Boy, someone can take these words and do things like that. It's amazing, the power of production. It just shows you production values. If you know what to edit and how to put it together and how to set it to music, it's amazing. My suspicion is this will outlast a lot of the other work I've ever done. This inspirational message could last an awful long time because it moved me, and I didn't even know I had done it. Karen on WBOB, go ahead, please. What's on your mind?
Dr. Savage, that was so inspirational. I just can't tell you.
Your monologue brought tears to my eyes because it shows that there's nothing like hope. And when you bring up the Lord, you inspire people to continue to inspire them and know there is hope. And there are those, many of us, out there fighting for what is right and just. God bless you. God bless you.
The inspirational piece that we played from YouTube that was put together by the listener, Michael Sestak, will be played in the next hour. So if you haven't heard it, you're going to hear it, and we're going to talk about inspiration. Without further ado, I have a very, very big treat for you out there in Radioland. One of my listeners, who I don't know, Michael Sestak, heard my show of December 15th, where I was talking about inspiration. He set some music to it, and the music comes from The Last Samurai, I am told. It's only a few minutes long, and it struck a chord. And I believe it's now up on michaelsavage.com if you want to enjoy it over the weekend, but you're going to hear it right now on The Savage Nation. I intend to make this day forward the first day of the rest of my life. We can change our lives. You say, well, what's wrong with your life, Michael? It's a different show than I've ever done in my 21 years because each day to me, I must tell you, I see as my last day and my last day on earth.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, Savage.
Welcome to the program. What's on your mind tonight, William?
Thank you, Dr. Savage, for being the light in this world of murkiness. I'm a longtime listener. I like this new trend. I like the inspirational Dr. Savage. And you are endowed with God-given talents. And if there's anybody that can turn it around, it's you. You have for me. And I just want to thank you for the inspiration.
Out of the muck, the lotus grows. And what that means to me, and it's something I learned 30 years ago, is that when we are in the deepest mud of our lives, or the deepest mud of America's history, out of this horrible situation, we can create a flower of a new America.
Thank you, Dr. Savage, and I look to you for guidance.
Don't give up hope is what I'm saying, because many people are on the verge of not only giving up, they don't know what to do. Many of them are personally at the end of their ropes.
Savage.
The Michael Savage Motivational is now all over YouTube. Another listener put it up. I'm going to post it directly on my Facebook, I think. It's right now on michaelsavage.com. Apparently a gentleman named Michael Sestak heard my show, extracted that from it, put music to it, and posted it on YouTube. And I'm going to put it up on my own Facebook account as a piece, because a lot of people are freaking out how good it was. Boy, someone can take these words and do things like that. It's amazing, the power of production. If you know what to edit and how to put it together and how to set it to music, it's amazing. My suspicion is this will outlast a lot of the other work I've ever done. This inspirational message could last an awful long time because it moved me, and I didn't even know I had done it.
Savage.